What's going on, you guys? Another kickboxing video. Well, I should say Lethwei or Muay Thai, right? Haven't did one of these in a while, but I was following the storyline between Dave Leduc, the king of Lethwei, right, and Buakaw, I don't want to say king of Muay Thai because there's so many great Muay Thai fighters, but Buakaw is, I would say he's one of the guys that helped Muay Thai become mainstream, right? He's probably one of the most popular Muay Thai fighters in the world, and now Buakaw is at the age of 40 years old now. Dave Leduc, for the past couple of years, has been trying to get a fight with Buakaw, and Buakaw has been pretty dismissive of Dave Leduc, but Dave Leduc has some pretty nasty things to say again. Now, if you want to follow this story, go to my kickboxing Muay Thai playlist, and I should have all the Dave Leduc Buakaw videos there, right? But more recently, Dave Leduc came out and said this: "It's official. Buakaw, you are a scared little man. As explained in the article, you priced yourself out of the fight. We both had a contract offer with gloves and no headbutts." Oh, and for those who don't know, Lethwei is similar to Muay Thai, but there's no gloves, and they allow headbutts. So it's more of a rugged version of Muay Thai. He says, "I signed it, but you and your fat manager kept asking more and more. Your manager knows you will get destroyed by me, the same way the Burmese destroyed Attila." I'm sorry if I butchered that word. "The old Siam capital back in the days. That's why they don't want you to fight me. But history is about to repeat itself." See, Dave Leduc, he's Canadian, but he's well involved into the politics and things that's going on over there in Burma and in Thailand. So yeah, he's really all into the politics and stuff over there. "You should have agreed to fight with gloves, because now we're going to meet with no gloves, and I'm going to rearrange your ladyboy face on U.S. soil at the end of the year. I don't even need my elbows or headbutts to knock you out. This would be the biggest striking fight in history. Lethwei versus Muay Thai. I will make you look as ridiculous as when Vajrayana named his poodle Air Chief Marshal in the Royal Thai Air Force." End quote. Dave Leduc, man, he is a pretty brutal dude. He's pulled no punches on what he got to say and how he feels. But let's be honest, there's not too many guys in that sport that's going to move the needle, right? There's not too many guys that's going to talk the talk and walk the walk, and he's definitely one of those guys. However, he's in a sport to where I would say that's kind of shunned upon. At one point, they tried to ban him and everything, right? So yeah, he's still coming at Buakaw, and Buakaw at 40 years old now. Buakaw, he aged quite a bit, man. I've been following Buakaw for some years, since the early 2000s, and back when he won the K1 Max and all that stuff. And now Buakaw is 40 years old, and he just had a fight recently. He won the fight, of course, but Buakaw is an old man now, right? I don't want to say old man, but 40 years old for a Muay Thai fighter, 40 years old for a Muay Thai fighter is very old, let alone a boxer or, an MMA fighter. But a Muay Thai fighter, yes, that's very old. Why? Because Muay Thai fighters and Lethwei guys, they fight. There's no amateurs. So from a kid to an adult, they're fighting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of fights, week after week, maybe the next month. I mean, they fight pretty often in Muay Thai. Buakaw is a pretty old fighter, but Dave Leduc, this is a payday, right? This is a big payday, big money fight, honestly, right? This is a big money fight in that sport. So yeah, Dave Leduc is trying to get the fight. He also has some more things to say about Buakaw. He is really, really trying to get Buakaw to fight him. But Buakaw, let's be honest, man, Buakaw is 40 years old. He's only 5'9". One would say he's undersized for Dave Leduc. Dave Leduc is a cruiserweight Lethwei champion and an open weight champion. Oh yeah, and they also do open weight fights over there in Lethwei, which means, for those who don't know what that means, there's no fucking weight classes. So you could be a dude that weigh 135 fighting a dude that weighs 190. Yeah. So yeah, that's what they do over there. And Dave Leduc is one of the best, if not the best, right? He calls himself the king of Lethwei. And yeah, he also had this to say. He's trolling Buakaw. Buakaw, like I said before, is really famous in Thailand. He has his own gyms. He has his own restaurant. Buakaw came a long way, if you know the story of Buakaw. And yeah, he had this to say. So this is what's happening at Buakaw Village. Hashtag Pride Month. Most fighters wish to fight Lethwei to give headbutts, but the champ might actually end up agreeing to Lethwei rules in order to give head. Makes sense now why BFF Simon Marcus, who was also another Muay Thai guy, a Jamaican Muay Thai fighter, him and Buakaw are really good friends, likes to spend time there hard clinching. Then he got the eggplant with the water emoji. No judgment, by the way. You do you, boys. We accept all orientations in the new world. End quote. Dave Leduc, man, he'll be perfect for boxing, right? This guy will be perfect for boxing or even mixed martial arts, right? But he's doing his best to try to move the needle in Lethwei. And Lethwei, man, I don't really think the people over there really are too fond of that aggression, right? They really respectful and really nice, but Dave Leduc, he's coming in there like the bad guy, you know. So yeah, it's really good for the sport, and it can make things more interesting, right? So yeah, Buakaw, man, Buakaw. Oh, he also recently just signed to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship in Thailand. He's supposed to be having a fight September 3rd. Now Buakaw has fought bare knuckle before, several times. So yeah, him being hesitant to fight Dave Leduc is for the obvious reasons. Dave Leduc is a nasty dude. He's not going to be playing no games, and he's going to come in there to absolutely hurt you. The guys that Buakaw have been fighting probably for the past, I want to say damn near 10 years, because even 30 years old is old for a Muay Thai guy. One may say the guys that he's been fighting, he tends to stray away from fighting Thai fighters. He fights a lot of foreigners, and he be whooping on these dudes. Fighting a Thai boxer, a Muay Thai guy, is like playing against an American dude on the basketball court, a high-level basketball player in a pickup game of basketball. You just can't do it. It just won't work for you. So this is Muay Thai for them. It's like pick up a game of basketball to us. It's a totally different thing. And at 30 years old, Buakaw been doing it for a long time. Even back then, he was old. So yeah, Buakaw been doing this thing for a long time, fighting, I guess you could say, tailor-made matchups just to kind of, do what he's been doing because of the things that happened to him earlier in his career. But Buakaw, man, will he fight the king of Lethwei, Dave Leduc? I don't know. Dave Leduc says the fight should be happening later on this year. We don't know. Maybe Buakaw will pull out of the fight. Who knows, right? Buakaw is 40 years old, man, so there's really not too much you can expect from him. But Dave Leduc is still trying to get that payday. That's really what it is. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.